Welcome to the Water Pod, man. I got a very, very, very special guest tonight, man. My boy, like, whenever I talk about podcasting, you know, I went on his podcast. I'm sure you've seen him in the area, seen him around town. I mean, this dude is just, he's about to elevate. He's about to rise. He's about to take it to the next level. You know, I went on his podcast, and after we were done, I've always wanted to do podcasting, but after we were done, he was like, bro, you need a podcast. You need a podcast. So, right. Yeah, so from that point on, man, I got to give him his flowers. I got to give him his credit because he's the one that made me take that extra leap, that extra step, that extra jump. He made me rise. So today we're feeling hella elevated.
That's a fact. I just gotta give you a clap, bro. Like, your introduction is fire. This man's, dude, you were destined for this, bro.
Thank you, brother.
That's
Marco
fire.
from Rise to Elevate podcast. Yes, my dog. Welcome to the podcast, The Water Pod.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys for staying tuned. Most importantly, staying true to yourself, because if you're watching this, then you're trying to elevate. So
absolutely,
thank you for letting me hop on and not just say pick your brain because I know you're interviewing me, but also be like, dang, this dude is he's on something or something. But I'm not. It's just love and trauma and all of it combined, and I just I've learned to compromise it, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Suppress the failures, and I can go on and on. But I appreciate you, and I want to say a big shout out to this guy right here, because the fact that he took the initiative, I know he wants to give me the flowers. No, you need to give yourself the flowers.
Thank you,
because you didn't have to keep going.
No.
You could have did a couple and quit.
Yeah, and it's easy to quit, bro. It's easy to quit. It's hard to keep.
You got a fire set up. You got a good crew. You got a beautiful family, bro. So you're living the dream, bro.
Oh, absolutely, bro. So, I'm living the dream, bro. And every time it becomes a nightmare, I'm just like,
boom,
wake up, bro, because it's a dream.
You're right.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I love that shit, man. And like you were talking about earlier, we were talking before the pod, like you might not have the best day or the best week, but you still here vibing, surviving. Bro. You know what I mean? That's what I love the most about you, bro.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that, bro. Is that people need to realize that's what makes life. If you were not having these certain things, let me put my phone on airplane mode. Sorry. If you weren't going through these certain things that make your life miserable in a way, people think that it's miserable. What would be life? Mm-hmm. Nothing. Nobody knows, because we're all doing and going through these certain things.
Absolutely.
And the problem is people are selfish and they think about, themselves too much, to the point where it's like, maybe I don't care if that person right there who's buying a pack of cigarettes for the 6th day in a row is not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to dig that deep, but it's the truth.
It's like, when the Wright brothers decided they wanted to create an airplane, like you'll never fly if you're afraid to fall, bro.
Great example.
You will never fly if you're afraid to fall. Great example, you know what I'm saying? Man. So like, that's one thing that, you're a good bit younger than me, but when I met you, I instantly was like, yo, this is one of the dudes that's going to change the state, the city, the world eventually. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're one of you always say that, and I a lot of people say that, but I believe you. No, so that's the difference. You know what I'm saying?
That's where it starts.
I actually believe you.
That's where it starts.
Yeah.
I know I'm saying but in order to do it, it has to come to a conclusion of us. Like, we have to be a group. Yeah, and that's why I love doing this, is because it's cool to see people really like take my energy and run with it. Yeah. Go harder. That's the whole point. Right. Even if we're not talking or we're living life, Mm-hmm. So, yeah, man.
Even if we're not like seeing each other on a daily basis, but we are because of social media. I see you doing your little promos or doing your podcast or I'm doing flying here, flying. Yeah, you're doing so much. And like, to me, like, being that I'm a little older than you, like, it's like I get to live vicariously through you, and I'm like, yo, this dude is. You give me inspiration. You give me life. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to just be that battery pack and that little energizer bunny. You know what I mean? Just keep drumming. Just keep going. Keep thriving.
If you won't, nobody will. So you kind of got to make the initiative and jump within yourself to like go harder.
Absolutely.
Never give up.
So for my viewers, man, I tried to give you a great intro because you deserve a great intro. But who are you, man? What's your name? Where are you from? How'd you grow up?
Well, my name is people. Some people know this because when you do the verification on Instagram, you have to put your real name. Which I kind of want to say a little story about this because I've been waiting to say it. But I was trying to do the verification. Yes, I paid to get the verification. And if you're trying to do it, then you should do it because a lot of people don't utilize what we have in front of us. Like if you just stop caring about the simple things and followers, you'll achieve a lot more in life.
Right.
But no, my name is Marcel Seabrook, and whenever I did that, I accidentally posted my ID on my profile picture, and so like 30 minutes, like everybody was texting me like, "Yo, your profile picture is your ID. You might want to change that." So whoever it is, Mark Zuckerberg or whoever, dude, we're gonna fight, man, because that was pretty painful. But yes, my name is Marcel Seabrook. I'm from Ohio. Sandusky, kind of Clyde area where Cedar Point is. I don't know if you ever heard of that. No. It's a bumpkin area.
Where is it relation to Cleveland or Canton?
It's about like 2 hours. If I don't fight me if I'm
don't fight me.
I don't really know because I moved away from Ohio when I was like.
But I've been to Cleveland. I've been to Canton and Columbus, but.
It's all bumpkin. Man. It's nothing like major. I'm surprised a lot of successful people made it from Ohio.
Yeah,
if that makes sense. Because you look at Jake Paul and all these big Kid Cudi and Machine Gun Kelly and like, bro, if you go to Ohio, you're like, how did they make it out? But they did it.
Right.
You know, the connections, the never giving up, the failures, the always feeling like you shouldn't, do this, but if you do it, you'll achieve a lot more.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of times it's the same way down here. It's like when there's nothing to do, you either do nothing or you do something.
I don't mean to cut you off. I'm not going to lie. I don't think nothing can relate to Charleston. I think, and just South Carolina, I think our area is our own area, and I think it's bad right now. And I think nobody's really taking initiative to care for the community.
Absolutely.
Because you could go to New York and there's a rapper giving out turkey to millions of people. You know what I mean? You've never heard that here.
No.
You don't hear no charity stuff here. You don't, and I'm gonna do that, and that's my goal. Like a lot of people are watching me do interviews and motivational stuff, but y'all don't realize the whole end goal is to bring the charity events, to bring the Toys for Tots, to bring in all these big events for kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
well, I've always said that because like when cuz I'm a rapper and so like when we used to tour and stuff, we'd go to Atlanta.
He's a great rapper.
Yeah. When we used to tour and stuff, like I go to Atlanta and Atlanta has a totally different vibe and idea about it because if they feel that somebody's great in Atlanta, they lift them up. Exactly. And they like, everybody's like, yo, check out Lil Baby. And they put Lil Baby on the shows. And they put Lil Baby here and there and there and this and that. Ludacris. Like whoever it is, like they lift their artists up and everybody gets behind it.
Not
but
even Atlanta, LA, New York, all over.
Yeah, all the big
Charleston.
cities. But Charleston, it's like, no, like
it's
there's
competition.
It's like, it's sets, it's clicked, everybody clicks
Somebody has to break it. And that's what Rise Elevate is. And I know everybody's knowing who we are as a group. Shout out to my cousin Kenneth, shout out to Frank, shout out to my beautiful girlfriend.
Yeah, get them out, get them shout outs in.
But it's that's my crew, you know what I mean? Like, it starts off big and then eventually gravitates to a small click, and then when you perfect the little puzzle pieces, everything just clicks, and then now it's all about how much energy you put in it, how much content you push out, how much you truly want it, because y'all could probably already tell I talk a lot, and I feel bad for my dog.
Nah, dog, I
came in here and I haven't stopped talking yet, but this is me.
Not since he got here. Since he got here, he ain't quit talking. But I love it because
since the last time you see me,
dog, you've been talking since the last time I saw you.
Like, I was going ham. Like I do this,
but I don't care because like most of the time when I have people on the podcast, like I'm interviewing them, but it's dope because you are an interviewer, but tonight you are the interviewee. So this your time, bro. Don't even feel bad about talking because you're not interviewing me.
Right.
I'm interviewing you. Talk as much as you want. Yeah, really you got to get that out your head, bro. Talk as much as you want. Speak your truth. Talk your shit. Talk your shit. Like, because you've been doing your thing. You've been doing your thing, bro. So you said you come from Ohio. Like, what got you down here though? Like, what? Like,
I mean, that's a like not saying a personal question because something I kind of been saving the horn for the Live 5 News and stuff because I want people to really hear my story and I want people to hear it once. You know what I mean?
I got you.
If you start to tell people multiple times about their story, they think that you want sympathy.
Yeah.
I don't want sympathy.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this for people.
I don't even think it's that you don't want sympathy. You don't need sympathy.
No, I
don't. Look at you, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're doing your thing, and I feel you on that. That's why, like with my podcast, this podcast, like I haven't really gotten into my story much because I feel the same way as you. Is like I don't want people to feel like I'm whining or woe is me or like I'm trying to get sympathy, because that's not the case, bro. That's not the case. But I know that. So you don't have to go into your story, but I know.
I'm gonna go into it too.
Okay, but I know that people like you don't come. They come from trauma. They come from the trenches, and that's why you're digging and clawing and scratching so hard to make it up. You know what I mean? Because you don't know no different. You know what I'm saying? Like me too. Like I don't know no different. Like I only know my back against the wall, fists flying, cue the sirens. Like
it's really paying off, bro.
Yeah,
like
it
since
will.
I met you, you've only elevated, and that's what I like to surround myself with.
Rise to elevate. Rise to elevate.
And I kind of do want to touch on my story a little bit. I am, like I said, I'm from Ohio. I actually found out when I was 19 that who my real dad was, which I'll kind of skip from there because I could honestly sit and talk for 3 hours about my life between maybe
absolutely
9 to like 18. You would need 3 podcast episodes for this. You know what I mean? That's how deep it is.
Well,
so
we'll take the short version.
And it was more of like the trauma and finding out my dad and not really having a I want to say stable environment or something like that, but just not having like that mom and dad role consistently. You know what I mean? Shout out to my the people that who you are, and it's not like throwing shade or anything, but it's just how I felt growing up. And, I grew up in the church, which is something that a lot of people have. And I've slowly migrated and thought to myself, why do I feel like there's that void? Like I've been praying for so long, and I don't mean to dig into Christianity, but it's like I've dug and prayed and done all this stuff for so long, but why is nothing happening? I know all of us feel that thing. And that's when I changed that. Like instead of doing that energy to that, I was like putting in myself, and I started meditating. I started eating healthier. I started changing my friend group. I stopped doing the simple lying. I stopped doing, just the simple stuff that like people do as humans. And my life is like rise to elevate. And now it's like I can't change. Like I'm not trying to say I'm a perfectionist or anything like that, but it's just like I really don't wake up to hurt anybody or intentionally. Like this isn't a lie. You know what I mean? Like some people live that lie, and I feel bad for you, because like if you need help and you want somebody to, have someone to talk to about it, rise to elevate. Like hit me up. You know where I'm at, and I'm here. I'm gonna start a mental health airline or like a hotline when I get a good bit of where I'm at. That's super dope. And I'm gonna do a rehab center too, just for the people, because I was a drug addict too. I'm kind of like telling my story, but in like subliminal ways.
Right. It's fine.
I was on drugs. I was battling drugs for about like 2 years. I would say about 16 to 18 was like my major influence drug time, and I was stuck. I thought I wasn't even gonna make it to 21, and I'd seen people get shot. I've seen everything, and then ever since then, homeowner. I can go on and on. It's not trying to. You see what I mean? Like it feels like a sympathy story.
Well, you don't have to. But that's what I'm saying. Like you don't have to keep like. You don't have to feel that way. You don't have to. You don't have to. Though, man. It is very hard because people that's been through and people that's been through trauma, and they've, like you said, they've reached out to people, and people haven't given a shit, or people haven't lend that helping hand, or people have looked at them like, oh man, you just want, like, you get that embedded in you, and when you constantly over and over get that embedded, then you get to the point where you don't want to tell your story. You don't want to tell your truth. But one thing you said that I definitely want to touch on before we move on, because you were talking about, you prayed and things didn't happen and this and that, because I'm not a religious person, like I am, but I'm not. I'm a spiritual person.
I'm in the same boat.
You know what I mean? I'm a spiritual person.
Yeah, right.
But one thing that it says is like faith without works is dead, and that's where people get hung up. Like anything you're doing, like you can't just have like, you can't just be like, I prayed this and now it's gonna happen. I believe this and now it's gonna happen. Right. Like you got to go make it happen. You know what I mean? Like after you pray it, go out. Like if you say, oh, I'm like, you're praying like, hey, tomorrow I really want to get a job. You can't just wake up and lay in your bed all day and think your phone's gonna ring.
Exactly.
It's like you got to go out and go to the store or go to the park, and you're gonna run into that person that's like, yo, you need a job,
right?
And then boom, your prayer is answered. But your prayers don't get answered laying in the,
I agree.
Soaking.
And I don't want to sound like I'm like not saying against it or anything, because I'm really not, like, at all. Like, I do believe in like the whole Jesus Christ and all that stuff. But I'm just saying, like, instead of me sitting there doing what I was taught growing up, I changed the cycle. I pray to myself. I think to myself, what can I do to break the barriers? What can I do to be different the next day?
You can't just have thoughts and prayers. You gotta have actions, follow-ups.
Yeah, you gotta go
and
hard.
Even whether that's and that doesn't just fall into Christianity. It falls into Buddhism. It falls into
all different things. I don't want to dig that deep.
No, we don't gotta dig that deep. But
it
does fall into that. Like anything. Like you're talking about manifestation. It's like people get hung up on like, oh, if I just say it, then that means that I'm manifesting it. But manifestation is like action.
Right,
you know what I mean? Like it is saying it.
No,
it is speaking it. It is believing it. But it's going after that shit.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
I do want to speak on that. I don't mean to, but it's like, dude, I actually achieved a big accomplishment in my life, which is something that I've never thought would happen. And I've only been doing YouTube hardcore for about a year now. But I've met all my top 3 favorite artists.
Dude, I met
Wiz Khalifa, I met Currency, and I met Young Deji. And Young Deji's my top one. Shout out to Young Deji, Taylor Gang. I'm enjoying
Taylor
Warrior
Gang.
And, so like just in general, man, like if you really want to do something in your life, you have to just stop doing all the unnecessary things that are holding you down. Face the consequences that you've done. Stop lying to your friends and family, most importantly, and drink water. Because you'd be really surprised
if you want it to grow. Just add water.
There you go. And it's real because, like, y'all saw my weekly challenge Wednesday. Y'all are going to probably see it today before this interview because I drop them every Wednesday. But it's like you should really think about your life and the decisions you make, because a lot of times everything you do has a repercussion. It's either positive or negative. And then what you do based off that is up to you. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times people think that, like, if I cheat on my girlfriend, nobody's going to know. Bro, people are going to know. You know what I mean? We all know. It's 2023. We're not dumb
You're the
anymore.
only one that thinks we don't know.
There you go. And then they do it, and then they put themselves in the position, and they're like, oh my gosh, my girl's leaving me. I don't want to say all that, but you know what I mean? Like, it's real, man. And the manifestation thing is really real. For me to be able to say I met my favorite artist, and I'm not going to go, I can't go in depth on how I met them, but, it's unbelievable. I don't even know how to describe the story because I listen to those top 3 artists, like, when I wake up. It's not like no, I'm not feeling it this day. No, like, Young Deji, when you see this, I'm going to send you this. I listen to him every day. He's my grinder. He's my motivator. He helps me out a lot. And, mentally, he saved me from a dark spot when I was kind of battling on what I want to do in my life. Yeah. Because a lot of times we get stuck in the job cycle to where it's like we're trying to pay the bills. We're just trying to make our girlfriend or boyfriend happy, or we're trying to just, drive this Lamborghini, or, you know what I mean? Get the Gucci shoes. And then we get to 30 and we're like, oh, crap. Or, you know what I mean? We get to a certain age, not just 30. We get to a certain age and we're like...
he trying...
No, I gotta watch what I say because, not like that. But it's real.
But you're right. Speaking somebody that's past 30, you are 100% correct. Because we do just like... It's like life. I talked with the girl on the last podcast, and like... It's like benchmarks. Like, people put benchmarks, and it's like... I gotta have a house by this time. I gotta have a kid by this time. I gotta have a that by this time. But there's no like one size fits all. There's no one shoe fits all. You know what I mean? Like you've got to do what's best for you at that time and have no apologies. Be unapologetic about it.
Forever.
You know what I mean? Like always. Like people are so fearful of taking that leap of faith or that next step. And that's really like obviously you had me on your pod and we had a great time, and that's why. But just talking to you for those 30, 45 minutes or an hour, like I was like, I gotta have him on mine.
Yeah, man,
once I started mine, I'm like, bro, I gotta have him on mine because people need to know that, like, you can follow and chase your dreams and manifest them and take them things to the next level and be that. So do you feel like what gave you this attitude of just like, how can other people emulate it in like this? Because you have like, I like to call it the attitude of gratitude.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like you're always grateful for the opportunities, but you're also unapologetic about chasing those opportunities. And I think that's where a lot of people have trouble is like coming out of their comfort zone and being like, I'm not embarrassed to ask you. I'm not embarrassed to try.
Right.
And like what gave you that? You think it's your struggles and traumas, or you were always mainly, like that? What is it?
I mean, of course, it's multiple things, but I'll just say the main focal point. Rest in peace to all my fallen soldiers and my my queens and my kings out there, and I'm gonna see them soon and hug them, and but that's really what I do this for. As much as
Wade, I know that's one of your homies,
man.
And I knew Wade. That's like what's weird is like me and you don't know each other, but I knew Wade and I know Jordan, and like they all they're like my cousins.
And I don't want to say like I'm like, this is the thing about life too, is like even if you don't talk to someone from a certain amount of time, you still have those memories of the time period that you did, and a lot of them that sadly gone. It's like I have a lot of memories with them, and a lot of them is starting the podcast, is making music, is starting a business, and now it's like I'm doing all this and I don't have anybody to kind of like, you heard my story before or earlier, and it's like I don't really have anybody to kind of be like,
enjoy
we did this
with,
man. Like we were in middle school, high school, and like wishing this was gonna happen, and they're kind of like they're gone, and that's really what like woke me up. And I just thought about kids who are gonna be in middle school and high school making friends, and then they're gonna be, I don't want to think like that, but that's where I'm programmed right now.
Right.
To save those kids, and if I don't know we never know what's going to happen in our lives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want to say it like that and sound too deep, but dude, you never know.
Nah, but you're right. You want to be the guy that whoever you were looking up in high school, like when you were when you were in high school and you were looking up to Wiz Khalifa Currency or whoever, and you were like, I want to do that, I want to be that. Then you become that, and whoever is younger than you and coming up in high school looks at you and is like, I want to be Marcellus, I want to be Marco.
Because a lot of times when I don't mean to cut you off, when you listen to that music like Wiz or something, you do become that.
Right.
Over a year when you're listening to it, you're Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah.
I was Wiz Khalifa my whole life. If you know me from high school to now, you know me.
Yeah.
I don't got to talk about it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
no, I agree 100%. Like, when you were talking,
oh, go ahead.
No, when you were talking about like your artists and stuff, like I'm a huge J. Cole fan because I came up, like Wiz Khalifa came out when at the age that you were in high school was Wiz Khalifa. When I was in high school was J. Cole.
Yeah, no.
So like, or right after high school. So like J. Cole is like that rapper to me. Like I have other rappers that I love, Lil Wayne and like these other guys. Like I love them, but J. Cole is like my who'd you say? Deji?
Yeah, young Deji.
He's my young Deji.
And
like,
when
he's the guy that like I wake up every day,
right,
and I listen to something like and I connect with it. Like that's who I connect with, and like they speak my truth. I became that type of rapper, that type of person, that type of thoughtful person. You know what I mean?
I can tell, man.
Yeah,
absolutely, stuff,
absolutely.
And it's real. I mean? And whenever J. Cole does watch this, he's gonna be appreciative of who you are and what you became.
Man.
Because
Carolina, baby,
you don't give up, man. You know, and a lot of times, shout out to the Alma. She's a lady I just interviewed, but she kind of shocked me with this. But like, if you, I wouldn't say what she did, but if you really manifest what you really want to do, I know we talked about it, dude, it is real. Like music and all that, you manifest your life through that.
100%.
So it's real, man. And I'm just blessed to be alive and to make a change in the community. And as much as I may not be doing what I want to do right now, just know I'm coming for the world, and I'm really about to make an impact, and I'm not scared. Just know that, because
that's what I love about you as well. Is like you don't skip steps, and I think a lot of people try to like get on the staircase, and they're like, okay, these first few steps are gonna be hard as a bitch, so I just want to skip to the 5th step, 6th step, where it's like luscious. I'm getting paid to do this. I'm getting money to do this. I got the Ferrari. I got the cars. Like they feel like they can skip all those steps. and you're not that dude. Like you're fine with like,
if you're skipping steps, then you're gonna fail. Like
absolutely,
it's just straight facts. I'm the dude who's gonna just be straight bland about it and tell you the truth. And if you don't write down goals, if you don't wake up every single day with the mindset of how can I be different, and you drink water, I'm gonna keep saying that.
Yes, important. Please drink water.
You're not gonna be successful, and that's the sad truth about the world, man. Is like we think that we should be getting stuff handed to us, or we rap for 2 months and think that we should be featured in a big artist's thing. Like it don't work like that, man. There's artists that been grinding since they were like 9 years old and put their whole life into this,
everything,
and then they wake up and there's a dude who has been rapping for 30 minutes and he gets all the blame. That's when you gotta take that and grind and go harder. Eat it up. Like you should not be, oh my God, this just happened. Or
jealousy, you know what I mean? doesn't work.
And I get it. We all have a jealousy trait. We do.
Absolutely.
But it's still, you have to eat it up and be different and rise to elevate because, you know, and I do want to say shout out to my social media. If you can, check out my social media. It's on YouTube. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Twitter. I'm on everything. You even catch me on Telegram. I don't even know why. I was kidding.
Why not?
I was actually doing shoes.
He's on LinkedIn.
Yeah, I'm on everything. And that's the thing too is people really sleep on how easy it is to take advantage of social media because we sit on our phones already. I don't know anybody who doesn't wake up and get on their phone.
Oh, absolutely.
I've stayed the night at people's house recently or went out camping or anything, and the first thing people do is get on their phone. And what I've been doing is lately, and I suggest this to all the people watching this if you got this far, is to put your phone in a whole different room and let it charge at night so that when you do wake up, you don't roll over and grab a phone or go to your dresser or whatever. Let it just sit for a morning, bro, and relax and actually appreciate life because you never know when, you know, and
absolutely.
It's crazy. I didn't think I was going to make it to 21, bro.
Well, it's funny you say that about the phones because it's like each week, you know how like if you have an iPhone, people that are iPhone users, it tells you your screen time or whatever, you know what I mean? And like I'm the type of dude that even if I know where I'm going, I'll pull up the GPS.
Right.
And I want to beat that shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm like
38
I was
minutes
on the way here.
Yeah, I'm like hell no, I'm getting there in 33. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna shave some off. So I look at my iPhone screen time the same way. Like each week, I'm like, how can I shave? You know what I mean? If it's like you was on your phone 3 hours a day this week, and I'm like 3 hours a day. Like when did
I gotta do something?
You know, or 5? Sometimes it'd be like
take
6 hours a day. Yeah, take some breaks, do something.
Know, especially when you're doing stuff with family. Like put the phone down at dinner, y'all. Please stop eating dinner and having your phone out. Like I'm literally gonna start hitting people's phones out in dinner.
Yeah,
I'll go to jail for it. Yeah, maybe they'll be like, dang, this dude really just went to jail just to help me not be on
I saw
phone.
A dope like little challenge that was like you've probably seen it because it's been around a while, but like when you go out to eat, no, this has been out for years, but when you go out to eat and you're with a group, everybody puts their phone in the middle of the table, and the first one to grab their phone has to pay for the whole bill.
Oh yeah, that's a common thing. Yeah.
That's
I just don't see it no more.
No, but it to me like that's a dope thing to do. You know what I mean? It's like okay, everybody put their phone in the middle, and we're gonna sit here for 2 hours and eat and talk and have a good time.
But hear
and
me
if
out.
you grab your phone, you're paying this $200.
This is where it's crazy. Is your generation can do that. Your generation is fine with that.
Yeah,
it's okay. I'll sit my phone down for the night. You know, my generation.
Absolutely not.
Hey, mom. Can we go to the grocery store? Can you look at me for a minute? Like, come on, guys. Like, we just have to fix
your generation, like, we're only 8 or 9 years apart.
Yeah.
But the generation that's 8 or 9 under you is even worse, bro.
Know,
like my son, he's 16, bro, and like, dude, like he's got AirPods. He sleeps with AirPods in. You know what I mean? They don't. And like, you know what I mean?
Hear me
you
out.
Text them,
I can't say
come
I'm
downstairs, eat dinner.
Right? Yeah, you're like, what the fuck? And this man's like, jamming out.
Yeah.
But that's where, like, you know, as a parent, and I'm not a kid, but I got 3 cats, you know. But I think it's very
cat
important.
Daddy.
Yeah, cat daddy.
I'm call you cat daddy for now.
That cat daddy.
Yeah. do the cat daddy.
But no, I think it's you know, you want to make your kids happy, man. Like, and I think that's where I'm not saying I would fail as a parent right now because I know I would be a great parent, but I think it would be very challenging to have to deal with that because I'm promoting it. You know, I'm on social media. Yeah, of course, everybody wants to be a parent, but it's just if you decide if you're capable of handling it. Because some of us can't even we're not even capable of making their bed when we wake up.
I think that's very admirable of you to understand that, like maybe you want to, like, I think a lot of times, and this has nothing to do with age, because it's throughout generations that people have kids when they're not ready. So it's very admirable that you're thoughtful enough to be like, I want to be ready, and I want to be present, and I want to, like, so that's real dope, because you're chasing something right now, and that's cool that you're like, I might not need a kid right now.
And shout out to my beautiful girlfriend for being like very patient with me, and like, because
you gotta have that.
I've heard some
my
stories.
Wife, you just met my wife. She's downstairs. She allows people like this heathen to come.
No, and I appreciate it for us. This has been dope so far, man.
But for real, like, I think I'm only asking because I think you would be an awesome father, just the way that you carry yourself, and you've given me little tidbits about your story, and you might not have had the best upbringing, but as a father and as a man that might not have had the best upbringing either, I can look at you and say, like, when you're ready to take that step, bro, I know that you'll do great at it. Right. So
and my goal is to make sure my kid does better than me, and that's what he's girl or boy.
Absolute goal.
You know what I mean?
All time.
I'm excited for that part. I think about it every day. If I told
would you want a boy or a girl?
That's what I was just about to say. Of course, a boy. I mean, I want my little warrior. I'm gonna name him Matachi. I told my girlfriend, I was like, please let me just get the boy name the first. I
saw a meme the other day. Dude was holding up a sign. He was like, if I get 1 million likes,
I can
name him Goku.
Oh yeah,
that was dude had like 6 million likes. So I gotta check up on him, bro. I gotta check up on him. I hope he named him Goku.
That's a Mr. Beast scam right there. Remember? Or no, that was Joe. One of my homies was like, do I need to pull out a harpoon gun on this dude? I was like, no way, bro. But no, man, it's real. And like, I suggest this with all the parents, man, is like, really just be appreciative of what you have. Because a lot of times, we think that we wish we didn't have kids, or we wish that we didn't have to talk to our mom or eat dinner with them. Take more appreciation of that. Do it more. Please, if you're listening to this right now, call your mom or dad or your sister or sibling, whoever it is, and tell them how much you love them, because life is so...
oh, man, it's
crazy, and I have to be the one. Like, I'm not saying, like, this is going to sound really weird. Not going to say I sold my soul, but I sold my soul for the future. Yeah. I made it to where it's like, it's okay for me to do these videos for the rest of my life. Like, for the rest of my life, you will see motivational videos. Maybe not interviews, but the motivational videos are not going anywhere. Like, I'm not.
So that's your passion, though.
I signed it. My life is to protect the kids, and you know what I mean? Like, if you were to see me to get $1 million tomorrow, and look, this is not going anywhere. You feel me? Like, some people can't say this. Yeah. This is going to be on YouTube forever. But if I were to get $1 million tomorrow, dang well, I'm helping the whole community. I'm helping everybody, bro. There's no sugarcoating it, or I don't even have to talk about it really anymore. You know what I mean? Everybody's starting to see it. I've only been doing this for a year, and I think some of the world knows who I am by now.
Absolutely.
And it's beautiful. Shout out to Wiz for giving me the energy. I actually met him for the meet and greet, and pay $500 for the meet and greet if you need to.
Yeah.
Wiz is making that bread, but he deserves it, bro. He's in the same story as me probably, but I met him, he told me I better mean it, and ever since then, that snap was real. Like, my life just changed. Like, I cried on the floor. Like, no way Wiz said this. When you have one of your favorite artists tell you that you can do something, come talk to me, because it will change your life. And I'm from South Carolina, Charleston, where you never heard about a vlogger really. You never heard really about podcasts. You never heard about none of this stuff. And then, like, not trying to sound conceited or anything, I started all this, and now it's like a wave of beautiful content creators. And then they were already in the works. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, but it's our time now. Yeah. Charleston's coming up, and we're going to be the next big New York. We're going to be running it. But who's going to be the face of it? I can't control that. Yeah. But what I do know is what I'm doing. Right. The Rise to Elevate is coming for Charleston. And if the mayor even sees this, just know I'm coming to take that spot in a couple of years.
100%.
About 40 years.
But that's what it is. That's what it's about, man. Having big dreams and being willing to take the small steps to reach those big dreams is it's priceless. You know what I mean? 100% priceless, dude. So, have you with the how'd you come across Rise to Elevate with the name and all that?
Good question.
What is the What's the purpose behind it?
So shout out to Charles. I was actually helping another CBD company, and he was an upcoming CBD company called Sativa Plus. And so he was kind of like asking me to do the management part on the social media and stuff. And I was like already doing inspirational quotes and stuff like on my Facebook. Copy and pasting. Yep, I know a lot of people hate that, but it works. But I started doing that, and I was like, maybe I could start doing long paragraphs to teach people how to be themselves. Like, maybe teach them how to be on time, how to stop lying, how to drink water. Like, there's the basic stuff that we hear every day, but we don't take seriously. And then, I was like, he was like, you should start something. And I was like, what do you think? And he was like, I don't know, you got 30 minutes. I was like, not literally, but he was like, I got to go soon. So, and the energy is already formed. You know what I mean? Like, we're already like brainstorming stuff. So it's like, this is it. Like, I have this, you know what I mean? Certain amount of time. So I just was like, I'm about to quit Target. You know what I mean? Just all these ideas were going. So I was like, maybe rise, but what? And then I was like, rise to elevate. And I was like, no, elevate to rise. No, to rise, elevate. Like, just different scrambles. Right. And then just was like, rise to elevate. And then after that, my photographer, shout out to, we kind of been working, but shout out to Anthony Tran. That's my dog. He's very supportive. Actually gave me the camera I got right now. He's helping me.
That's dope.
I know he'd be very appreciative of this because, we're all going through life things.
Well, like you said that, shout out my boy Jamie. He supplied me with the GoPro.
See, and that's what we need is like people like that because Anthony knows he's straight. Like, I'm going to bring him when I get straight, he's 100%. Coming with me.
Hey, all my people know that, bro. I'm just saying, I think that's why I connect with you because I think a lot like you. Like I just want to help who's around me.
Yeah, what you do?
It's not I want to be a good father. I want to be a good friend. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I want to be the best father, the best. Not even good. Like good's not a great. Good's not a good enough word. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Great. Fucking
I know
awesome, amazing. Right. Like I want to be the best adjective you can fucking.
And this is where you gotta change. And this is if you're listening to this for real, you gotta say I am.
I am.
Yeah, because if you start giving that self the analogy of like I will, or I mean not I will, that I
want to be.
Like you won't.
I am.
You won't never. You're gonna wait. The time is just gonna keep going. So that's why every day, if you see me on Facebook or anything, I will change the world. Yeah. Because I'm going to change the world. But 100%. It's a matter of
you will.
What time, and the clock is ticking.
Yeah, and so. time is relevant.
But I do want to ask you one question because I don't know how long you're doing it. But when you first started this, like what really you know what I mean? Not saying gave you the drive, but like what keeps you going, bro? Because there's a lot of us, you know what I mean, that really do something and then they just stop. But I just want to, is it like you're trying to achieve like you just want to do all the interviews or you know what I'm saying?
I really just want people to be able to speak their truth and speak their story. Mm-hmm. And you have a great platform for that. Yeah. But like you said, Charleston's not very big in the podcasting in anything. Charleston's not big in anything. So I have the equipment, I have the means. So to me, absolutely I would love to be a huge podcast. I would love to, and I will be. Okay,
right. No,
we're speaking
you're
that
right.
shit.
That's a good one.
I will be. Mm-hmm. But my basis for it is I just want people like you that have a story and have a mission and have the drive to have a platform to do it, and others that don't have that person or that thing, or they don't have the cameras, they don't have the studio, they don't have the know-how. Come on my pod, bro. If you got a business, we gonna pump that
Which
shit.
I get ideas from this man. If y'all need any type of advice, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I think this is the man. Cause I get advice from looking at what you do.
I appreciate it, bro. And that's really all I'm about. Is I'm good. And like you said, I'm not trying to be conceited or anything like that, but I'm good. I own a successful business. You know what I'm saying? My wife is successful. I got kids. They're in good schools. I got everything I need. So I don't need this podcast, but I want this podcast for other people to have a platform to talk about their shit, to promote good, healthy relationships and growth in business or marketing or graphics or me and my boys just shooting the shit, or even if my boy comes on and he wants to talk about the way he grew up and how it hurt him, it's like therapy for some people. Man. It's therapy, it's marketing, it's promotion. That's my goal for this podcast, is to give people a platform that wouldn't have that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you're killing it, bro.
And
you're really killing the scene.
Yeah.
I think, not trying to shout out to Apple Juicer too. Shout out to Just Music Podcast. There's, I don't want to sound like that dude, but there's a thin line of what people call podcasts, and I think a lot of times people get confused with what a podcast is. And I think a lot of times people want to do things for clout, and I'm not talking about the podcast around here. I'm talking about in particular.
Just in general.
Right. And I think that's when they start to get lost. And with your podcast, I don't see that.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? And I just wanted you to know because I watched over periods of time of what you're doing. You know, I keep tabs, bro.
Absolutely.
We all keep tabs.
Yeah, we have to.
With your tab,
if you want to be good,
real.
if you want to be good, if you want to be great, or you will be great, then you have to study other people that are being great and doing great things, and don't study them to the point where you start to emulate them. But at the same time, like I came on your podcast and you were like, bro, you need your own podcast.
Word.
Thank you so much.
And look at where it's going on now.
Absolutely.
Like, this man's a legend already with the podcast. Got me looking in shambles. You got the mic, you got the camera. But it's all about the energy you present, bro. And I think you're presenting a good energy for people.
That's
and you're
what
still
it's about,
learning, bro.
Yeah.
There's always room to learn to grow.
Hey, I'll tell you this about me. I'm always fucking learning.
Yeah,
if I'm ever in a place where I feel like I can't learn anymore, I'm the fuck out of there.
That's probably why you're making it
absolutely
really far, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I will, if you will never find me in a spot where I'm like the top dog, because I don't want to be in that spot no more. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be somewhere where I'm learning, where I'm growing. Like, it's like motherfucker, like you said, like a lot of people for clout or whatever, but you're putting yourself in, like, if you put an alligator in a 3-foot aquarium, the shit'll only go 3 foot.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's how I look at life. It's like, I want to be, the world is my fucking aquarium. And the galaxies, the universes is my aquarium. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm constantly growing. And if you only put yourself in a small box and you're like, I'm cool with this box, and you're only gonna grow to the size of that box.
You won't grow at all, honestly.
Yeah, you won't grow at all. So that's how I look at anything: podcasting, music, being a father, being a friend. Like, I look at it as just an ever changing and ever evolving growth cycle for me. Like, shit is like,
we need more great minds like this. And
I appreciate that, man. Like,
you
know what I mean? Like, I don't look at myself as a great mind, but
you do.
I appreciate when people understand that I'm not just like, I'm not doing this shit for clout in any way. You know what I'm saying? Like, at all. Like,
I mean, we all want some type of time. We all want some type of recognition.
100%.
But there's like what you do with it is really what matters, and I think that's
absolutely
where, bro. You're very well, bro. We all know who this is right here. So you handled it pretty well. Because some people die down fast, and I've seen that, and we've all seen it. And I can go on and on, but I think the most important thing, if you're still watching this for real, is to really be yourself. Do not try to copy anybody else. Be the authentic self that you are every single day.
100% you.
And you will meet every single person you want. You'll achieve every goals you want. But if you're not writing down goals either, bro, you're not going to make it. So, that's kind of how I feel about life. And, everything that I've been through, I would not change anything. I wouldn't change the burned bridges that have been happening between me. I'd never burned a bridge. If anything, I kind of just let it water down. And that's something that I've learned with myself, and I had to face the music because I'm the most generous person you'll ever meet. I love every single person I touch, and I hug and everything. And you know what I mean? I'm not trying to say I'm perfect. Don't get me wrong. But it's still, since like I quit my job at Target 3 years ago now, there's no intentional lies. There's no, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's none of that, and my life has been wonderful. Like, bank account zero, but the smile on my face, you wouldn't even know.
Yeah,
you know? And that's the
I
best
can
part.
attest to that, bro. Like, you like, how many people would have somebody on their podcast and then tell them they should start a podcast?
Yeah, no, that's
like,
a fact.
You told me that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and I've told, hey, you want to hear something?
And how many people would show up to the interview and, like, instantly walk in the door and be like, yo, check this out. Like, you should do this. You should do that. You know what I'm saying? And like, most people, like I said, I like to grow. So most people might have been like, man, don't tell me what to fucking do.
No,
like,
and
this
that's
and that.
it. And that's
like,
where you...
and I ain't like that. Like, I'm like, maybe I use it, maybe I don't, but I appreciate the shit out of it.
There you go.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what you can do.
And for you to, like, be willing to give up free game, as they call it these days. The kids are calling it these days.
Free game.
Like free game.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that speaks to your character. You know what I'm saying? Like you have the character of like, look, that this is one thing that I a few podcasts ago we talked about it too, but people have this mindset that everything is scarce, especially in Charleston. Like people think that like the music industry is scarce, money is scarce, views are scarce, friends are scarce. Like, and that's not the case, bro. There's fucking 7 billion people on this planet.
I think there's 8 now. Actually.
Maybe 8.
Yeah, I actually did a video, motivational video, and someone texted me.
8 billion people, bro. Like 8 billion people. Like nothing is scarce in this world as far as like being able to have a niche or a content or being like if you're a rapper, for instance, or a musician, there's 8 billion people in the world. Like you only need like 3 million people to like you.
That's what I tell everybody, man. Just stop caring about, if you really want to make some fire content, the best way to do it is to not care about likes, because 80% of the time people do content, they're thinking about likes and views.
Absolutely.
They're not thinking about the work that they put in. They're not thinking about what I can do to make this video better. They're just thinking about, is this video or picture going to get 1,000 likes? And then if not, I'm deleting it in a month. That's what this world is now. And whenever I see anybody on, hopefully nobody watches this that I'm talking about, but if I see somebody's Instagram with 5 or 4 pictures, that's scary. You know what I mean? Because if you're collabing with them, how do you not know after the collaboration they're just going to erase the picture?
Yeah.
Like that just hurts, bro, because we put time in this, especially as a podcast people.
100%.
Just strictly talking about podcasts. I'm not talking about music. I get it, music is always going to be there, but it's different with podcasts because podcast is promotion.
Yeah.
And, if you guys ever want to be interviewed, I know it's a weird thing, but we're in the same boat. We both are killer podcasts in Charleston, and I think that the fact that we're going to be working together in the future, shout out to Palmetto Network, and not even them, just in general, but we're going to be doing some beautiful things,
Absolutely.
bro. And basketball tournament coming soon. I do kind of want to talk about what I got going on.
Please do.
Because I'm like Kanye West.
Bro. Plug it up.
But I am working on a basketball tournament. It's going to be a 3v3 basketball tournament.
Oh, it's gonna be boy don't want that kids. Smoke. You going to bring the old heads out?
Oh, yeah. It's going to be the 18 and above and then 18 and below. I mean, I hope you bring your game.
18 and below?
There's going to be 18 and below and then 18 above. There's going to be 2 tournaments.
Can there be 30 and up?
Yeah, I mean,
right,
30
let's get a 30 and up.
Y'all can do it. Hey.
Nah, but we got to keep all the 18 and, because them boys don't care. They like, I don't got to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah, no,
they be trying to hurt us. Like, I can't even come down. They be crowding my jump shot. Right, you know what I'm saying?
Them boys are crazy, dude. I went bald in Goose Creek, man.
I don't want to get you off the tangent.
No, it's real. It's really real.
So you got a tournament, Rise to Elevate tournament?
Yeah, it's not like set in stone. Yeah, it's not like nothing crazy. I'm a big manifestation guy.
Hold on. We ain't. It is set in stone.
I like that.
Hey, you can't do me like that, and I can't do you.
But I do try to be realistic with things because I don't want people to watch this and then like thinking like a year later, bro, he said he was going to do a basketball tournament. I know, bro. These things take time. I got a movie in the works too. Like this is not the only thing I do. The movie's gonna be dope too. It's gonna be called Dreams. I'm gonna get Jordan Peele to record it or direct it, and it's probably not gonna come out for another 15 years. Like it's that deep. Like I'm already writing stuff down for it, and I'm crazy, man. I really do this, and that's what made me realize, like we said, not to be conceited. I'm up next, and I'm okay with that. And I think a lot of people don't realize
one thing I've always
sometimes.
been saying since I started this podcast is like, because we've both said not to be conceited multiple times. We tired of being humble, bro.
Yeah, man.
I've been saying that on this pod lately, bro. And that's what made me start this pod. It's like, I'm always gonna be humble. That's your character. That's my character. We have humility.
It sucks.
But we gonna have a confidence to our humility.
Yeah, right.
From now on, today.
After the
day, we ain't doing this shit no more. We ain't gonna be like. Conceited, it ain't about being conceited, bro. You're just confident. There's a difference between confidence and conceit. You know what I'm saying? I got a bar I wrote that was like, they mistake confidence for arrogance. Like, I care, boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't mistake my confidence for arrogance.
Yeah, no, facts.
I'm just confident.
Right.
It doesn't mean I'm arrogant or conceited. I'm just confident.
It's just
in
hard,
my abilities and what I'm doing.
I do talk about myself a lot, and it's not in a bad way, but I've learned that all the people I look up to, they look up to to themselves. You know what I mean? And I think that's kind of where a lot of people fail, is they don't even know who themselves are first. So, well, one is they get in a relationship thinking that they should be looking for love when the love is inside themselves. Mm-hmm. You should be sharing your love with somebody else, but also not thinking it's a mandatory thing. So if your girlfriend's saying, hey, or boyfriend, is saying, hey, I don't want to go out to eat to Zaxby's, you shouldn't feel like entitled not to eat the same thing. And I get it's a relationship, but I think that's, shout out to my beautiful girlfriend, my soulmate. I think that's kind of where we perfected our relationship, to where it's like, if she doesn't want Zaxby's and I want Zaxby's, I'm going to get Zaxby's and she's going to get something else. You know what I mean? And I think that it sounds so simple, but that's where life, you fix those little tiny things, your relationship's going to last a long time. If you don't lie to your significant other, the relationship's going to last a long time. Mm-hmm. But we'll literally be like, hey, honey, I got milk. And then you go and they get home and you didn't even get the milk. Like, I've heard these lies. Like, they sound so simple. It's crazy. It's crazy, man.
Well, that's, it's like, nuts. I don't know if anybody's told you this, and I know, like, I hate that, like, you've kind of, exposed my age on this podcast. Yeah, which is fine. It's all good. But I do like it in the sense of, like, I can kind of little homie you right now.
Yeah, you can, man.
In the sense of, like, and I don't mean in a bad way. I mean in a great way, is that you are wise beyond your years, brother.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
I'm kind of scared of that.
And I don't know if anyone's told you that, but I'm here to tell you that. Being somebody that's a decade older than you, like, the little shit like that you're talking about is going to take you so far in life. And the way that you look at life, like, when... I don't think I've met anyone that thought of life the way that you do besides me. Yeah, and that's not to sound conceited, but when I was your age, when I was 25, right, I was talking the same shit you're talking. You know what I mean? Yeah. And luckily, we've crossed paths and we're doing the podcasting thing. For a reason. And everything happens for a reason. Yeah, absolutely for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And, like, you might be farther than me in the podcasting, and I might be...
You're catching up, bro.
But I might be farther than you on the other aspect of, like, home ownership or business ownership or this or that, because I got 10 years on you. But I can tell you, wherever you go with your life, you're going to get there, because you're thinking like I was thinking 10 years ago. And not to mention, you're helping me think in a different way now.
That's the goal.
So it's good. That's the goal. Like, I hope that you always keep people like yourself around you and like me around you. Yeah. And I hope that I always keep people... I hate that you
say that. I'm not going to lie. I don't mean to cut you off. That's actually, think, what I've learned about being successful, man. You lose everybody. You lose everybody that you love, because I love all my friends. All my friends know what's up. They hit me up. They talk to me. Dude, congratulations. You're doing it. But at the end of the day, when I get home and I'm done with all my stuff, I want to chill with my boys. I want to chill with my dog, my peoples. Mm-hmm. Gone. You know what I mean? Yeah. It sucks, but it's the truth, because I do podcasts. My family knows. This is my life. I sold my thing to it. Not to anything bad. No. But I sold my life to be able to save the world.
It's an analogy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not even afraid to talk about it, because if you know me, I'm not on some demonic or anything like that, man. Yeah, I'm really here to save kids, bro. And then change and... You know, and I don't mean it's that's like the best way to be able to explain it, so that when people do meet me in person, they're like, bro, why is he just talking about his podcast? Like, because that's
what it takes, bro.
It sucks.
That's what it takes. If like, that's really your goal, that's really your dream.
I really do. In 5 years.
But I do like, the thing is like, you gotta kind of like take yourself away from, like, it's not like your homeboys might not see the vision. And
no, they don't.
And it's not that, like, that. But I'm saying, like, I hope that you find people, which I don't even want to say I hope you find people, because you found me.
Yeah,
we found
each other, and
did. Like, you find like friends.
You feel me?
Yeah. You do need those people around you that, like, support you and like ride for you. And I'm sure you have some of those, but it is hard to find. But I always say in my I've said in multiple podcasts that you never want to be the smartest person in the room.
Right.
And that's why you're lonely right now. Mm-hmm. Because you're the most driven in the room, or you're the smartest.
I'm not smartest. I'm not even the smartest. Yeah, but, I'm really not.
But it's not. But smartest driven. Is just like
I know what you're saying. Though.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean smartest. It can be the most motivated, the most driven.
Like, that's where I'm at.
like 5 or 6 different facets of entrepreneurship, of growth, of motivation. And if those people don't have those qualities, then it's going to be hard to keep them with you.
To be successful, yeah.
And it doesn't mean you don't love them. Right. Doesn't mean that
because not everybody in your life is meant to stay. You know what I mean? Some people in your life is really meant to just teach you a lesson. I know it's something we probably ever heard, but it's something I've studied for a long time because, like I said, I don't really have many people, and I think I've accepted that. Yeah. Because everybody's taking a different path in life and the decisions, but also at the same time, when you really want to do something, you can tell I want this, right? I lost that.
With every fiber of your being.
I lost the social literally. I can't watch comedian shows no more. I can't watch Kevin Hart videos no more. I can't watch anything funny anymore because I lost my humor because I'm so serious. I lost myself. Yeah. And not in a bad way, but this is me. You know what I mean? That's why I don't... I try to really cleanse myself of alcohol. I've tried to... Every little simple thing I try to stay away from. Oops, sorry. Because I like to be pure. I like my mindset to be cleansed.
Yeah, well, you're hyper focused.
Yes, very. Yeah. Too focused sometimes. And, I meditate. If you don't meditate, please meditate. Even if it's for 10 minutes, just get your mind, because I've been saving this for this. Your mind is like a storage unit. So once you start to meditate and you instantly get in this realm of like self, like, you're thinking of yourself, you think of these things like, all right, for instance, I'll say WWE, right? Who do you think about? Millions of wrestlers. You open up a storage thing in your department in your brain, and you start to just think about all these different things. Yeah. So if you learn to control what you store out of your brain and what you bring out to light in your brain, dude, sky's the limit. Because all I think about is podcast. Wake up. Podcast, like it's just me. And then the second thing is motivational, because I have to put myself first, and like I really don't have friends. I'm not afraid to say it. I have acquaintances, I have people I've known since middle school and high school and stuff like that, but to really call a friend, I have family. That's what I have. Yeah, I have family.
That's exactly how I am. I don't really have friends. I got if you're still my friend at this point, then you're family.
There you go. And that's where people get confused.
And that's where you'll be at in 10 years from now. Like, you'll only have people that you consider family. People that you would, like, they could call you at 3 a.m. and they're 2 hours away from your house with a fucking flat tire, and you're on the way.
Boom. And you know what I mean? And I've never felt that energy back, except for my homie Frank, and he's like my best friend. He does.
It's hard to find that, bro. It's really hard to find that. And well, I'll say it's not. I don't know. It's hard to find it, but you got to be willing to have that energy as well.
That's what I'm saying. And that's why Charleston, I feel like, is the least area to have friends. Because I've known every single person I met out of state that still talks to their friends from out of state. Yeah. I moved from out of state, from Ohio. Nobody talked to me. I was young, but you know what I mean? I just know, you know what I mean? Because I still talk to them. They see me on Facebook. I know y'all see it every single day. Like, I don't do this for fun. I really make the change.
Yeah, 100%. And, I think I've been blessed in that aspect. You know what I'm saying? I've been blessed to have like to have like a core group of friends that I grew up with. But it's a little different because like it's really because of my mom. Yeah, you know what I mean? My mom was the mom that took everybody in. You know what I mean?
You gotta be blessed to that, man. Yeah, like I had my caring mom. Shout out to Lizzie, I love you. So, but it's crazy, man. Like, you just gotta be really appreciative of things and accept who you are as a person. You're gonna fail. You're gonna get down. You got to get right back up and then fail again. Like, it's just that's what life is. And once you learn to accept the punches that get thrown at you every day, you're gonna turn like Mike Tyson, but it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, you know
I mean? You just ain't gonna be biting people's ears off.
Well, I don't know if you noticed this either. So like,
yeah, I noticed that. Did you just get this?
Yeah, I got this today.
I was about to say I didn't notice it on the other
I was walking through the store to grab some shit. And I saw this.
Yeah, that's hard.
For whatever reason, bro, you see all my gray hair?
Yeah, right. Okay.
This me, this you.
Okay, I like that. We gotta switch seats though.
Yeah, we gotta switch seats, but nah, because it's inverse. So if you flip it around, you'd be over here.
Facts.
But regardless, I just felt like it was like you to me is like me going back to the future. You know what I mean?
I like that.
That's how I felt. Like today, I saw this shit and I was like, I gotta grab this because I you know, you're a lot different to me. Like, I don't want to put that on you. That you're like, we're all so different and unique.
We're all different.
But you definitely remind me a lot of me because you have such big goals and big dreams, and you're very passionate about it. And above all, you want to help other people gain that understanding and that enlightenment.
That's the main goal. Like, I think people get twisted.
I try to do that with everything I do. I try to just like, people sometimes get upset with me because I don't know if you know the French term au contraire, but
never
au contraire is like, if you tell me something, I'm gonna give you the obverse of that. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna give you so you're gonna feel like I'm disagreeing with you.
Right.
But it's not that I'm disagreeing with you, it's that I'm giving you the other perspective. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that's what it's a little deeper than that, because au contraire is like, sometimes people are just combative for no fucking reason.
Right,
They're just like, I like when it's cold outside, and I might love when it's cold outside, and I'm like, nah, I like when it's hot.
But that's where people mess up, is people are not open-minded enough to accept that.
And you have that quality where you're like, listen, like for instance, you walk in today and you've had a bad fucking day. Yep. You told me you had a bad day.
You, Ash.
And we don't have to go crazy into it but you had a bad day. Mm-hmm. And you're worried about tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But that conversation lasted a whole 30 seconds.
Exactly.
And then you turned completely into like, this is what we're gonna do, this is what we gotta do, this is what we gotta do. And that's like, you have to be like au contraire in that aspect when life is throwing you a bunch of bull.
That's because I love water pod, bro. I love my dog.
But when life is throwing you a bunch of bullshit, bro, you gotta figure out how to turn it around and like turn bullshit into
positivity, man.
Yeah,
turn bullshit into a bull in a
China shop. Like, I'm here to wreck shop. I'm here to take control.
You really can't, though. You cannot spit game to everybody. You know what I mean? It's really just you. I'm not gonna cap, man. I'm not gonna let you, give, because I do love every single person I do. But there's some people I will spit game to, and it will go flying right out the other way. Like, literally in 30 seconds. When I knew you listen.
Like, you probably didn't remember how you walked in here. You do, but you probably thought I didn't remember what we talked about earlier.
No, I remember everything.
No, you do, but you probably thought I did.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because you're used to people being like, not listening, but I could tell you everything we've talked about. You know what I'm saying? Like, matter of fact, like, you ready for your brother's wedding tomorrow?
Yeah, facts. Yeah, shout out to my brother. I love you, bro. Congratulations, Chris.
Chris, yeah. Hey, Chris. Congratulations, man. I hope that your marriage, your union, stay blessed always, man.
Yeah,
I swear I do, because marriage is it's a serious thing, bro.
It is, man.
It absolutely
I'm
is.
waiting. I'm
and I hope you vlog that shit, bro.
Oh no, I mean, I actually thought about it.
He was thinking about not or thinking about
do, but
I
might, man.
Vlog that shit, bro. It's a beautiful thing, man.
It is, but like, I like to let my family enjoy their life, because like, I think that my family sees it the most. You know what I'm saying? And
it's
I don't
so crazy
because
I said that shit too, because I like a lot of people in my family love pictures and stuff, and like my mom especially was a picture person, and I've always been like a memory person, and that's why I like starting a podcast and even doing music videos and shit. Like, it was always difficult for me. I'm good in front of camera. I'm good at talking. I'm good. I ain't gonna say I'm not, but I'm just not. I'm more of the type of dude that like, we could turn all this shit off and not show any of this, and me and you could have sat here and had this fucking conversation.
Yeah, no, and
without any of
when
this.
We first met.
And I would have been fine with it. Like, and I would have remembered it. That's a memory to me. But this new day and age, like, memories are pictures, videos. Vlogs, like,
and pictures is different. Pictures are I'm going to take a bunch of pictures, but when it comes to vlogging in particular, if you guys haven't checked out my vlog, I know by the time this interview drops and stuff, it'll be me meeting Currency vlog, which was crazy. Definitely check that out. Shout out to Jet Life and them. But no, just like in general, bro, pictures are the most important thing in our lives now, because when we get in 30 years later on whatever, it's like, dang, like, wow, I made it this far.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we don't even remember something from 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So
well, they are good to take, but I'd like to build upon what you were talking about earlier with like putting your phones down, like the difference is like, if I pick up my phone and like I take a picture of you it's good, but sometimes it's like, remember this shit. Like, really be present.
There
like, don't worry about taking your phone out and being like, I'm recording doing this, and then you watch it back, and you don't have a real memory of it. You have a video of it. You know what I'm saying?
That's what sucks, too, because especially doing interviews, man, because I love interviewing every single person. Shout out to all 54 interviews I've done. But it's like,
that boy on 54
I
them things,
love every
dog.
single one of them, but I don't really remember them, man.
Yeah,
and it's because
hard.
I'm moving so fast.
It's just so
and
quick.
like, I do go look back at a few of them, but it's like, I really, like, it sucks, you know what I mean? And I think videos is probably the most important thing, because if I do want to go watch it, I just go click back on it and be like, how was I? But it's embarrassing watching my interviews from the first one, because I did not know how to do anything, and this is something you're going to learn too. It's just like how you really capture the people, and this is my advice for anybody who's making content, and I told you guys off the air too. You have 3 seconds to capture. You guys want to know how I do what I do? You have 3 seconds to capture somebody, just like that. If you don't, you fail. You know, and that's just how it is.
Me and Dusty talked about that a little bit. It's like, you know, especially like in the TikTok, the Reels era, it's like, even I'm guilty of it. If you don't catch me in the first 3 to 5 seconds, bro, I'm like, swipe.
It's gone. You might as well just not even make content not like that. But you know what I mean? It's like, you gotta up it. And I know everybody sees my stuff now, because I've really put time in my stuff now.
Oh, yeah.
Before I was doing it, thinking about it, like my motivational stuff. Because what I really do is I wake up that day and I pick the quote and I do it. And I go hard. You know what I mean? I mess up 30, 40 times. Like today I poured water on my face like 5 times, which was pretty embarrassing because my girlfriend was watching and she normally don't see me do it. But I really go hard on it, and I don't take it for granted, because, you know, some people out here can't even talk in front of a camera. So I'm over here.
What's your girlfriend's name?
Andrea.
Andrea?
Yep.
Andrea, we're going to make an honest man out of him soon.
I know, man.
Yeah, he's going to get down on that knee.
Yeah, we'll see. We actually are different, and
this
this is something I'm comfortable talking about too. And I love my girl. I really love you, Andrea. But it's like we're not big. We don't care about marriage. We've been together for almost 6-7 years now, and it's like, what would that do? What would that really establish?
You don't know what it would do. You don't understand.
No, it don't. I mean, I'm not trying to bash people that get married, but it's like I already feel married. Like I have an invisible ring on my thing right now.
Yeah, 100%.
You know,
100%.
and that's kind of where I think me and my girlfriend are going to be together for the rest of our lives, and I'm okay with that. I love her for who she is.
I think that you will.
I know I will too. That's the best part. And she says it too. And of course, people say it.
Yeah, I mean, marriage isn't like. It's not like you have to get married or nothing like that. I'm not saying that in any sense sense.
But I know what you mean.
Me and my wife were together. We've been married for 10 years, but me and her got together. We were 12 and 13.
Right.
So we've been together 24 years, and for the first 13 of it, I was like you. I was like, we're together. We ain't gotta get married. But. Trust me, like it makes a difference, because it's like once you make
it's
that
set in stone, you know.
And I think we've already made it. It ain't about like
we made that though, bro. Like we made it.
We did too, way before that. Yeah. But like you, I don't know.
It's hard to explain.
Just put it in your because I was the same. Because
I am going to do it.
You know? But just keep this in the back of your mind tomorrow when you go watch your brother get married.
Yeah, and, it's always there, man. I think about it every day.
Feel that beauty of just like
I think about it every day.
When you go in front of like the people you care about, plus the universe, whatever that may be to you, whether it's Allah, God, Buddha, Judaism, or nothing. Whatever it is, but whenever you commit yourself, not just between me and you, but between me, you, and them, it just feels different.
No,
you know
I can imagine.
Because you like wake up and you're like, it ain't just me and you now. It's like everybody's like looking to us like, yo, like I gotta be a strong marriage like them or a strong.
You're holding yourself to high standards,
right? And that's all. That's all.
I already do, because think about it, we are faces of podcasts.
You already said if she don't fucking want Zaxby's, you
exactly.
Get else
I spoil my girl.
You're already married. I
get my girl ice cream. She'd be like, "Can you go get me ice cream?" I go get the ice cream.
I learned something from you today. You know what I'm saying? Because me and her argue to the fucking till the sun comes up. Be like, "Nah, you want Zaxby's?" Like, I never thought we could go to 2 different places.
Dude, I mean, it happens. It's real, bro. Because I really care about my girl's feelings and stuff like that. And I think that's something that people don't.
Shout out Andrea, man. Like, you got a good one here, man. You got a really good one here.
And then even the fact,
and I hope he treats you as good as he says he treats you.
Oh, so. I make her smoothies. I make her smoothies in the mornings.
Damn, Andrea.
She knows what's up.
Hell
man.
yeah.
There ain't no cap in my rap. If you come to my house and see what's up, bro.
I'm keeping that. No cap in my rap.
Because it's real, man. And I really, I know how to take care of my woman, bro. That's why we were together for a long time. And she's going to be my one, bro.
Since I've known you, man, I believe it 100%. You take care of what you say you're gonna take care of. So
I may not do everything I say I'm gonna do because that's a part of life. Like, I'm for real. Like, I know, like, even the basketball tournament is something.
Well, you talk a lot, so
is up in the air. Bro. Yeah,
you talk a lot, so you're bound to say some shit.
But I will say this:
might not happen,
I think I low key have a power. I think I predict the future. I won't go too in depth with it, but it's like
that shit's high key.
It's scary, man. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. If there's something that I could rewind back in 5 years and something were to happen and I can look at this, bro, it's like, it really, dude, I've been predicting the future lately, bro, and it's not even cool. Like,
I don't think you've been predicting. I think you've been writing it.
Yeah, in a way. Well, it's like, when you think of these epiphanies sometimes. Yeah, that is true. That is very true. Like, but you think of these epiphanies, and mine been happening. Like, whenever I think the first gesture of somebody, and then like a month later goes by, something happens, and it's I knew that.
Yeah.
And my family knows. Like, they're like, bro, this man's crazy.
No,
like,
it happens to me all the time, bro. Like, real, it could be simple shit like we'll be listening to a playlist, and I'll be like, the next song's gonna be this, and it'll be the next song.
And that's what I think some people
when you get in tune, it's like a frequency type thing, man.
It is. That's what it is. We're all on a frequency, and just some of us are at that low frequency where they don't know what to do with their lives and they're stuck, and then some of us are just at that pivot of like, I'm almost there, and then that's where we give up. That's Charleston.
Yeah.
They give up.
Yeah.
Not anywhere else, just Charleston, because I don't speak for no other state but the area I grew up in and where I'm from. You know what I mean? Because
we going like you said, we're gonna change the world.
No,
we're gonna change Charleston first, then the world.
Man. I already changed Charleston. I got.
Man, I was about to say something, but I think you might be too. You know, Pinky than the Brain is.
Yeah.
I didn't know,
I ain't that young. Listen, you said I'm an old body and soul, man. I still listen to Tribe Called Quest.
What are we gonna do today, Pinky?
Try
to take over the world,
dude. I love that show, man. I was more of like if I were to go back to Boomerang days, man, I think I was more of a Johnny Bravo type dude. That was the only
I like
show,
Johnny Bravo.
Like,
Chauvinist Pig.
There was another show.
Hey Arnold.
What's the one with the Jetsons?
The Jetsons.
That was a good show.
Dude, you're talking my language. I know.
Bro. Listen, I'm an old head in the body. I don't know. I
like it, bro. You're an old soul.
But I will say before we even, I don't know what's up, but I got my name from Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, my name is. Shout out to my pops and stuff like that. Marcellus Wallace. That's my first name, Marcellus. And
that's where your name came from?
Yep, came from Pulp Fiction.
Oh, hey, that's sick,
yeah,
bro.
my pops was like, yo, you're going to be a boss. And I was like, yep, you're right.
Well, I hope that what happened to him don't happen to you.
I know. We're not talking about the bait. Let me block the camera.
Yeah, we don't need to.
My name's Marco. I'm not Marcellus.
Yeah. But before we sign off, man, how can they, if for real, like, I hope y'all enjoyed this interview, man. I've been excited to have him on.
Thank you, bro.
Like I said in the beginning, man, he's the one that gave me that. Like I said, like 7 or 8 years ago, I started a podcast. And like he said, fizzled out. But this was way before like podcasting was a thing. We ain't have cameras.
No, that means you were already there, man.
Yeah, we were already there.
I just gave you that leap of faith.
100%.
You know what I mean? You're running with it, bro. So don't give me props. Give yourself props.
Well, I don't want to like say I'm giving you props, but I'm just giving you thanks for giving me that push, because that's what we need. As like, I hope that when you leave here, you feel inspired. You feel like I pushed you in some way.
You're doing a great job.
Because that's why I had you on, because when I left your spot, I felt mad inspired. I felt like that push. And I'm not saying like you're the reason I started a podcast.
No. But we all have ideas.
But you definitely, I left your spot inspired, feeling like I got more shit to say. I wanna help people. Because this is the thing, like we were talking about earlier, why I wanted the podcast. You can't interview everybody. I can't interview everybody. So let's help each other interview everybody that we can. You know what I'm saying?
Do,
like,
we do help out.
Exactly.
This is not
so we don't have enough time to interview everybody. Like, we can only do 1, 2, maybe 3 if we're really pushing it a week. And
I think I might get there. We ain't
right.
Talk about
we can get there. We can get there, and like that's boom. But at the end of the day, yo, I'm super excited to know this guy, man. Like I said, like he makes me feel invigorated. He makes me feel young again. He makes me feel like the sky's the fucking limit. So that's real to So, how can people get in contact with you if they wanna be interviewed?
Y'all seeing it anywhere. Not seeing it anywhere. Y'all see it everywhere. I do a lot of promo. I do the Instagram. I kind of already said it before, but Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Rise to Elevate podcast. I got 2 accounts, but it's just either one. If you just type in Rise to Elevate or even my name, Marcel Seabrook, you're gonna find me. I'm not trying to sound like that dude, but I'm coming for you guys, so you're gonna know who I am in about like a couple months. Because last year I did say I was gonna be a face of Charleston, and I think I'm starting to become that mogul soon. Yeah, so it's gonna be beautiful.
You got a pretty face, so it's a good face.
I don't know about that, but I don't even care about the prettiness. I'm coming for the world, bro. Yeah, I'm not playing no more.
I like that. You know? I like how your smile turned into the seriousness.
Yeah, I just can't.
That's what it's about.
Yeah, I can't be funny about stuff no more, bro. I used to be like for real. If a year ago we did this podcast, I would literally hop on here and probably be laughing a lot, but I can't no more, bro, because I think that's when people take you for weakness or take you know what I mean, and think you're not being. No, I'm not playing no more, bro. No. Like too many people are dying. Too many people are just watching life go by.
Quit being humble, bro. Yeah, we're confident, bro.
Yeah, and like I don't suggest this to anybody, but quit your job if you're a full-time person in what you do. If you're making music out the butt, quit your job. Do what you got to do. Make the sacrifice and be broke for a little bit. That's something people don't realize too, is they think they should always have money. And when I mean broke, I'm not talking about $0 in your pocket. I'm talking about that money where you feel comfortable, because you're never going to feel comfortable. No, dude. Ever.
You'll always adapt to your lifestyle. Like if you got more money, you'll just get a bigger house and you'll still be like,
Darius Rucker. He said something about this. Darius Rucker or somebody was like, as when I got all this money, because he's just like us. All these celebrities and people are just, we've heard this, it's just like normal people. And when they said whenever you get rich, it's only just a richer receipt. Yeah. And it's true, bro. You get all that money, you're only just building a bigger tab for yourself. You
get a bigger house, a nicer car. You send your kids to more expensive schools.
Unless you're like Keanu Reeves and this man's walking on the subways, which the big inspiration. I wish you asked me who's my favorite actors.
To that shit. Once you get so much money, it's like, once you got hundreds of millions of dollars, bro, like, then nobody can tell you shit.
I want 100 million lives changed. That's my goal. Swap the money out. I'm going to do that, and I can't wait.
Stamp that shit, bro.
Yeah, man, definitely. Rise Elevate podcast. Hit me up. I love doing, but I'm actually booked up until like October, November. 2 a week. So this is a TV series now, but it's gonna be dope. I got the live performance coming soon. I got the gaming still going. Check out Rise Elevate Gaming. I got Rise Elevate kicks. I still got like 9 kicks. So hit me up. I got J's. I got Nikes. I got I do everything, man. I'm a robot to this, bro. Yeah. But I appreciate, before I go, I appreciate every single one of you guys tapping in. Remember, stay true to yourself. The only way to achieve your dreams is through you. No one else is going to do it. You got to get up every single day, and you got to grind like my boy Waterpod, because this podcast is going to be one of the best in Charleston, and he's up next, bro. So
I appreciate it, man.
I'm proud of you, bro. You killed this interview, and I'm excited for the next time I get to come on here, bro.
Oh, yeah. We definitely going to have you back on,
Make sure you guys sub. If you're watching this, sub right now as we speak, because if you're not subbing, then you can't watch Waterpod. I'm just joking. I'm joking.
Get them subs on, man, and please go subscribe to the Rise to Elevate podcast, Rise to Elevate Gaming, Rise to Elevate Kicks. Marcellus Seabrook, man, Waterboy. Like I always say, think harder, work smarter. If you want it to grow, just add water. It's the Water Pod. Peace.
Peace, guys.